Hi fellow Tomb Raiders, so in this video I'm going to be reviewing the official Tomb Raider cookbook and travel guide that came out on the 27th of October from a, let's say, European or German perspective, because there's a difference for me due to measurements than if I were an American person, because all the measurements are in well, what is the system called? I think we have the metric system. America has something else. But yeah, measurements are an issue, have always been an issue for me with American recipes. So yeah, this is one of the main points why I say that I am reviewing this from a European standpoint. Um, Generally speaking, the book is beautiful. It arrived 2 days ago on the 29th, and it came out on my birthday, the 27th. I think there's about 40 recipes in here, and there's, like, in general, also, as the name says, travel guides for the locations Lara visited in each game. In general, the whole design of the book is beautiful. They incorporated lots of artworks and pictures of Lara. Like there's this overview over the book, and it's separated into several chapters. It's 5 chapters in total, with chapter 1 North America, then South America and Antarctica, Europe, Asia and Oceania, and Africa. And then there's also some travel tips and tricks at the end of the book, and measurement conversion, thankfully. Um, yeah, generally speaking, everything looks really nice. They have this map in regards to each chapter and each continent they focus on, with pictures, as I said, of Lara, screenshots from the games, like here with Area 51, and yeah, in general, that's really beautiful. And here for the travel guides, they provide information on each location that Lara visited, which is very interesting for me because I have this kind of bucket list that I want to visit every location that Lara visited in her games. So there's information about how to visit the locations. Like, there was something about Antarctica, and that you have to use a boat, and it takes so and so long to reach shore, and all of that. So there's quite some interesting information there, I would say, if you actually want to go ahead and visit these locations for yourself. Which for me personally is, I think it's a good thing, in addition to the whole recipe stuff. But yeah, I think that's up to personal taste, because this is, of course, it's not like a travel guide which you would get at, I don't know, when you book a trip somewhere to, I don't know, oh my god, there's a bug. Okay, it's just a ladybug, so that's fine, but please leave. But yeah, if you were to book a trip to Spain or something, and they would tell you, oh, we have this and this information, this brochure, and all of that stuff, of course that would be different. But here's some general information on each of the locations that Lara visited. And yeah, then the recipes are really nice as well. There's pictures for most of them, and they have a little Lara at the top here, which is kind of cute. And then they have information in regards to the games. For example, the New York cheesecake. The location New York is featured in Tomb Raider Chronicles. The key location is Von Croy Industries, and the major artifact is the iris. They have this for most of the recipes. Here we have, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it's Pokchuk, which is North American cuisine, and it's featured in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The key location is Dia de los Muertos, and the key artifact is the key of Checked Shell. And yeah, then they have some screenshots and all of that. However, one of my main criticisms, my main criticism with this book, is that they don't provide pictures for every recipe. For example, we have Peruvian cuisine, which is the picarones. There's no picture on this page, but it continues to the next one, and there we have a picture of what the picarones look like. it's like one page picture, which is really nice. It stands out. You know what it is. You know what it looks like. You don't know what's in it, but it looks delicious, and you just want to give this recipe a try. Then we have, on the other hand, the Concha Stellata, where we only have a picture of Paititi at the bottom, which is just an artwork. So there's quite a few recipes in there where I actually had to Google what it looks like, which I think is quite a shame because I would have liked if there were pictures for each recipe, especially since for the Concha Stellata, there would definitely be space if they had gotten rid of the Paititi artwork here to include a picture of what that actually looks like. Um, and for a cookbook, I've never bought a cookbook before, but I would have assumed that every recipe has its own picture, at least a little bit like tiny picture or something, just so you know what it looks like. Because for me, I skimmed through the book and I said, okay, what looks delicious? This stands out. I want to try this. This looks amazing. And for the other ones where there were no pictures, I was just like, okay, I don't care about this now. I'm gonna go back to that later. And some things that I had to look the pictures up for looked really, really good, really delicious actually. And yeah, it's a shame that these pictures were not included for whatever reason. Maybe because they had a page limit and they couldn't include all these pictures. But yeah, like there's another one here where there's actually something, and this is not just salad. This is called ceviche. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But yeah, it's, let's just say some kind of salad type thing with fish and what was it? You could use zebras, for example, and yeah, there's no picture for that here, which is a shame. Um, which is something that I would have really liked. But on the other hand, then you have like a one-page picture for tomato soup and crackers, where I'm just like, okay, if I read tomato soup, I know what that looks like. That's not really anything exotic in my book, at least. But there are some other things which sound really, really interesting and exotic because they are like from all over the world and I don't know what they are, where I would have preferred a picture than having one for tomato soup. But okay, yeah, this is like the main criticism I have with this book. And then at the end, we have some travel tips and tricks and the terms and measurement conversion, which looks like this. Yeah, there's several tables here where I'm also a little confused. To be honest, at the bottom there's a table for length and measurement where I'm just like, okay, that makes sense. So it says like 5 centimeters is 2 inch. Okay, great. I can deal with that. Then weight, it says grams and ounces, also fine. Oven temperatures is also fine. But then kitchen measurements. So we have in one table cup, tablespoon, teaspoon, and FL ounces, where I'm just like, okay, that's flour ounces, or what is that? Because I know what ounces are, but like FL ounces, I've never heard of that. Um, and then underneath, there's another table with gallon, quart, pint, cup, and flour ounces. I'm just like, okay, um, the only thing we use here is tablespoons and teaspoons, and where the hell is the gram? Because I would have liked if there was an actual table which showed me cups, 2 grams, because this way I actually have to look at the kitchen measurement table, see, okay, I need 1 cup, which would be either 16 tablespoons or 48 teaspoons, where I'm just like, okay, that's not something I'm gonna do. Or I have to check the other table, the weight table, where I can see that, okay, which is really confusing. 1 cup would be 8 flour ounces. I don't know if 8 flour ounces is the same as this ounce table, where we don't have 8 ounces actually. I'm just noticing that now. So it would be something between 170 and 280 grams. So yeah, the measurement table, it's nice that it's included, but it is confusing. It would be nice if there had been some kind of explanation because I still don't have any idea what FL ounces is. And I don't use ounces. And there is some recipes where it says, yes, you need like 3 cups or something. And then I'm just like, okay, so that's either 16 tablespoons times 3 or 48 teaspoons times 3. Where I'm just like, okay, but at least for us in Germany, in recipes, there's a difference between a regular tablespoon and like, how would I translate this? Let's say a big tablespoon, where there's like a lot of stuff, powder, whatever you need, flour on the tablespoon. There's this kind of difference in recipes. I honestly wouldn't know how to pronounce or like translate that in English. So a tablespoon doesn't just equal a tablespoon. So I'm just like, okay, 48 tablespoons could also accidentally be 50 tablespoons then, and if you have to calculate that times 3, it's just really confusing. I would have liked if there was cups 2 grams measurements in there, like directly 1 cup is like 100 grams or whatever it is, I don't know. um but unfortunately that is not the case here. And yeah, it's also really weird with the degrees because like 250 degrees Fahrenheit is 121 degrees Celsius, which I'm just like, okay, our oven can probably do that, but for us it would probably just then be 120 degrees Celsius. But yeah, that's just nitpicking. Maybe I'm just too dumb for all the measurement stuff. It's always been confusing to me. It's always been an issue. It always tends to screw up my recipes, but I hope that I can figure out this table. But it's just like one page of like a little more explaining in regards to how I'm supposed to read the table, or if they actually want me to use 48 tablespoons instead of like a cup. It would have been nice. But yeah, apart from that, I'm happy with it. I like the book in general, except for the lack of a few pictures and the confusing measurement table. But other than that, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm excited to try out some recipes. My mom and I are actually going to be trying out this recipe from the front page. Let me check which one was that again. It looked really good and it sounded really good. It is the uh, I think it's the lomo saltado, which is Peruvian cuisine. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, we're definitely going to be trying this, and I'm excited for it. It's not what we all wished for the 25th anniversary of our beloved franchise, but it's what we got, and I'm going to savor every single page of this in eager anticipation for anything else we might be getting someday. Or not. Who knows? Okay, bye.